Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is RC, and welcome back to my channel, Sense, Style, Sports, and More, where we talk about the things that was just mentioned. Today, I'm going to do a fragrance review for you on a fragrance that is, in fact, definitely a niche fragrance. And this was my first purchase from this particular brand. As you know, I have cleaned out most of my fragrances, and I'm building what I like to consider the perfect fragrance collection and taking a journey from designer to what fragrances I consider luxury to niche fragrances. And I look forward to hearing some fragrances that you guys like and some recommendations and what you guys think about the fragrances that I have on my list. Today, from the house of Xerjoff, we have this particular fragrance right here. It's called Alexandria the Second Oriental. Very nice box presentation. It definitely checks the box there. When you get here, another beautiful presentation. They got the fragrance in here taking a little nap. And when you open it up, you see a beautiful bottle with a very, very nice presentation. Now, when you open up this fragrance, it does not have the magnetic top. You'll have to pull just a little bit. And the atomizer on this fragrance, very nice, what you would expect from a niche quality fragrance. So I'm going to talk to you about the notes that are supposed to be in the fragrance, because this was a blind purchase for me and my very first from the house of Xerjoff. And because there's so many notes, I'm just simply going to read them to you, okay? So it opens with green apple, leather, incense, basil. The middle notes are Bulgarian rose, Virginian cedar, coriander, Italian orris, and in the base notes, agarwood or oud, tobacco leaf, Madagascar vanilla, sandalwood, amber, and musk. So those are the notes. That's your opening, that's your middle, that's your base. And they're tethering it to the skin, or it's supposed to be tethered to the skin, with some really dense and complex notes. Now, let me tell you what I actually got from the fragrance, because online, before I had actually purchased this one, I purchased it based off of the notes and not off of the reviews. And when this fragrance opens up, it has one of the most off-putting openings that you'll find. I like green apple, but I did not get any green apple from this fragrance. I didn't get any of those initial notes that I thought that I was going to get in the incense. I like incense. I like basil. Basil can bring definitely a sweetness to the fragrance. But what I got was a smell that was almost somewhat fecal. And you're probably going to ball your face up a little bit when you first smell this one. If you're not patient, then this is not the fragrance for you, because you're going to need at least, based on your skin pH, you're going to need at least 15 to 30 minutes for this fragrance to begin to develop. I never actually got the rose notes or the coriander or any of that from the fragrance. Let me tell you what I did get. The fragrance opens up, and that smell that's so strong, it is a really strong Middle Eastern oud. And it is absolutely strong and can be off-putting, especially if you're not used to that type of oud, or you've smelled more ouds that were more synthetic smelling. Now, the cedar wood in this fragrance just completely plays the back, and the oud is the main star. It comes out strong, and you get it from the opening. Now, after about 15 to 30 minutes, what you're going to get a powdery smell, because you're going to get some of the musk that's starting to seep through. Now, if you're a fan of that very raw, harsh smelling oud, then you're absolutely going to love this particular fragrance. But if you don't have the time in your day, if you're spraying on your fragrance and you're at work pretty quick, and if you get there within 30 minutes and you don't think that that smell would be pleasing to others, then this might be something that you might want to think about. Or if you have a long drive to work and have time for the fragrance to develop and go through the different stages, then this fragrance probably would work for you. I have a little bit longer drive to work, so I probably could use this fragrance. But the initial opening, it just simply is a little rough and a little raw. Now, I resprayed this today, and I've had it on now roughly for about 15 to 20 minutes. And now some of the cedar is starting to break through slightly, but the oud is still very prominent. The other notes haven't begun to break through yet, but I know that in about another 10 minutes, it's going to have a really powdery smell. I'm not going to get too much of the tobacco. The amber was what I was looking for and some of the other things, but it's just going to present as a more of a powdery fragrance that has more of a woodsy sort of feel to it. Now, there are a lot of people out there that enjoy these type fragrances. I enjoy the dry down. It is just the opening and the middle that is absolutely rough to me. But it is a fragrance that might be worth checking out if you can get a sample from the house of Xerjoff. This is my first offering into that house. It is Alexandria Oriental. And again, if you're looking for a very fresh or unique opening, it's a rough opening with the oud. You're not going to pick up I didn't pick up the rose in the middle, but the oud is definitely the star here, and it's the starter player in this lineup, and that's what you're going to get. And when it begins to dry down, you're going to get a really sort of powdery smell. Listen, have you tried this fragrance? Are you interested in it? Do you have offerings from the house of Xerjoff? Which ones do you like? This is definitely a male-leaning fragrance, definitely a warm weather fragrance, and definitely somewhere that you would want to go with this is probably, it's more of a nighttime type fragrance. Give me some recommendations. Let me know what fragrances you like from the house of Xerjoff. And remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.